Your fresh salmon might be thawed, mislabeled, and sitting above the safe temp before you even pay for it. One major chain tested with more than 20% of fish mislabeled, and several big names showed cases chilling seafood at 42 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit when safety calls for 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Stay with me. We'll name the 5 stores you should avoid for fish today, show the telltale signs on the shelf, and give you 2 quick tests, the smell check and the firmness test, so you don't bring home something that looks premium and eats like a liability. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. You trust the label and the glittering ice bed. The danger hides in the gaps you never see.
Some of the things that make people nervous about preparing seafood is that they're not sure how to prepare it. You can purchase salmon fillets and you can purchase salmon steaks, and we also sell salmon portions.
What to look for when you buy seafood and what not to do when you buy
Well,
seafood.
because it's not always easy to know what you should be looking for.
Correct.
And the signs that when you should really not take something home.
When grilling salmon, a good rule of thumb is 10 minutes per inch of fish, and when baking, you want to bake it at a higher heat, around 400 degrees.
Case temps, sloppy thawing, and quiet swaps behind the counter. Here's the deal. 5 big names sell you fresh, while the basics fail. Mishandled, mislabeled, warmed past safe. The words sound premium. The handling does not. Let's start with Walmart. Warm display cases and flimsy wrap show up again and again. Thin film tears, juice leaks, and edges brown fast. When a case runs above the line, the ice is theater, not control. The safety line is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Independent checks found cases several degrees higher, like leaving sushi in your car on a mild day. That rise speeds spoilage. Cloudy liquid, sour notes, and limp texture follow, even when the fillet still looks glossy. Now let's move on to Trader Joe's.
You're gonna come up and pick a fillet, a shrimp, whatever you want. And then after that, we're gonna say, can we make that easy for you? We're gonna drop in some spices, butter, herbs. We put it in this bag, sealed up for you, take it home, and all you do is put it in the oven and you bake it.
Fish has a lot of heart health benefits with the omega-3 fatty acids, so eating fish twice a week is recommended for heart health.
It's very convenient.
No mess, no fuss, no smell, instant dinner in 15 to 20 minutes. We're able to use a lot of our sustainable seafood. We've got a great 2020 goal to be 100% sustainable.
If it is in your budget, sometimes the wild-caught fish can be a little bit more nutritionally dense, and the sustainability is a little bit better for the environment as well.
Clean branding, messy reality. Testing found mislabeling above 20% on some items, and ex-staff described seafood sitting on the floor during restocks and checks that don't happen enough. That's a long window for bacteria to get comfortable. Mislabeling is not just a label sin. It's an allergy gamble when species swap in a shared case. One fish brings different proteins, a different storage history, and you don't get a say. Kroger belongs on the list for how product gets thawed and where it sits. Standing water thawing shows up in internal notes and audits, and cooked shrimp resting beside raw cuts with shared tools is a straight shot to cross-contamination. One tongs, 2 worlds, bad idea. Safeway and Meijer rounded out. Thawed fish sold as fresh. Tiny safe windows once it hits the case, and training that runs thin. You get neat signs and weak control. The fish pays for it. You do too. So the real kicker is simple. Premium words won't keep fillets cold or labels honest. In a second, we flip this and give you the fast filter you can use right at the case. If labels lie and the ice is stage lighting, here's how you keep your dinner safe in under a minute. Let's start with a simple flow. You've got 3 moves. Smell it, press it, then scan the pack for 3 red flags. No gear, no app, just senses that do not care about marketing. Stores stage fish to look dewy and bright, but bacteria does not care about shine. The gloss, the crushed ice, the spritz bottle, none of it fixes time above temp. Your job is to catch what the display hides.
What to look for when you buy seafood and what not to do when you buy
Well,
seafood.
because it's not always easy to know what you should be looking for.
Correct.
And the signs that when you should really not take something home.
So if you look at these fish, it eats like a steak, it's real buttery, really good. The rockfish and the Columbia River steelhead. Okay, when you look at these, they don't flake. When you lift them up like that, they stay together. That means they're fresh. You know, we got the little neck clamps, we got the PEI muscles, you know. This is one of those king crabs, what you see in the Delia's catch. You know, these are big guys.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this is pretty
So wait,
huge.
where did this come from?
The Bering Sea.
Scallop?
Scallop.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's a sea scallop. You got the base scallops that are really small. These are the bigger ones. So.
Okay.
But you can eat
I was
them like
gonna say, that
Let's
looks
cook
like
them.
what I wrap bacon around.
Yes.
The only
God.
reason I know
Anything
it's
is good with
scallop.
bacon.
'Cause
Anything
I'm
is
not
good with
used to
bacon.
seeing it without bacon on it.
Right.
First, the smell test. Fresh fish should smell clean or faint like the ocean. Think neutral, even a little sweet. Sharp low tide, ammonia, or sour notes. Walk. Those off odors come from rapid spoilage compounds. The fillet can look fine while counts climb. Your nose beats the label every time. Now the firmness test. Press the thickest part with a fingertip. Good flesh springs back. If it dents, slumps, or flakes apart, it has been warm or mishandled. That texture tells you the proteins have started to give up. Warmth, time, or a Thori-freeze cycle breaks the structure and turns it mushy or mealy. That is not a cooking issue. That is a handling issue. Then skin the package. Cloudy liquid or pooling purge means the cells are leaking. It is stress in a tray. Discolored or browned edges tell you it has aged or sat warm. Frost crystals inside a frozen pack scream time temperature abuse.
When you really should take something home, if you walk up to a seafood counter and it smells like seafood, walk away.
So it should never smell like seafood.
We have seafood
That's
here.
probably
You
the
don't
biggest
smell.
takeaway.
That's the biggest
Yeah,
takeaway.
yeah, you can't smell this.
If fish goes through seasons, so these are farm raised, this is a wild one, so we can get this year round. But something like the salmon, we'll go to farm raised salmon now when the season is over. You know, in May, June, we'll start back on the wild salmon. Here we got our Texas shrimp. We are converting all our shrimp to a wild Texas shrimp. All U.S. will be the only retailer here in Northern California offering nothing but American shrimp, no imports, which is very big.
All right.
That is a freezer that warms, then chills again, like a garage door opening all day. Ask 2 direct questions. When was this thawed? What temp is your case holding? You are not being rude. You are checking control. If the staff cannot answer or looks unsure, your answer is no. A good counter knows the clock and the number. You now have the filter. No lab coat, no drama. Just your nose, your finger, and your line in the sand. Use it before you pay, and you keep the risk on their side of the glass. Premium words don't keep fish cold. Your 2 tests do. You smell it. You press it. You walk if it fails. That is how you win a race against time when any weak link turns fresh into risky. If this saved you a bad dinner, like and subscribe, and share it with someone who buys salmon on autopilot. Help them skip the mushy fillet and the buyer's regret. Next, we're naming the few counters that consistently pass the sniff and the thermometer test. Real control, clean handling, clear answers. You might want to change where you shop after that list. And yes, we'll show you why they keep passing.